Hello guys, welcome back to another session of Carnivore Muscle Ramblings, session number 75 for myself, Jonathan, aka Carnivore Muscle, aka Composition Consultant, aka fill in the blank with whatever obnoxious and self-serving title you can possibly come up with. Here today to answer all your questions related to carnivore bodybuilding in regards to building muscle and losing fat. We'll go through the questions and see what you guys have asked me today on this lovely Monday night, 7 p.m. UK time. Right. Good evening. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Excellent work. Nice and early. Hit the like button. That's very helpful, guys. If you can do that, it's much appreciated. Polish lingo. I don't speak Polish, I don't think. No. I could probably learn it, but I'm not going to learn that one. But it looks like Witam, Pani, Zbigniewi, Dietary, Wigwani, Zwalia. Sorry, Jonathan, some Polish lingo here. Yeah, I don't know. It probably means something like, oh, have a good day, or hope you're having a good day. I don't know. Hello from the Doc Band. Nice to see you. Did you get your aircon sorted out, by the way? New intro. Very new intro, actually. It's only 5 weeks old, roughly. Well, 4 or 5 weeks old. I don't always play it, because sometimes I'm just press go live. But very good. And I think this is the first time I'm actually streaming using my new camera. So I'm streaming out through 4K at 60 frames per second. And I think this receives 1080p, so it's as good quality as I can get, really. So hopefully it's a good £500 investment. Or maybe not. I don't know. You guys can be the judge and let me know. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Excellent. Hours. Asked if our Polish team will beat Wales tomorrow in the playoff game for the Euro Cup. I'm guessing that's football. I could be wrong. Or is it? Yeah, I think it's football, but it could be rugby. Let me know. Yeah, something. Still working in the van. Had to go to a job this morning. Very good. Yeah, I had a training plan to write up today. That was it. Quite a chill day. I neglected myself this weekend. I didn't have any high food days at all, so I actually ate probably the same, if not less, than what I've been eating during the week. And today my body paid me back big time for it. Although I do mostly blame the fact that I had to make a wardrobe last night, which is sat behind this green screen, which is inches behind me. It's like one of those IKEA put the poles together kind of thing with complicated instructions. Yeah, it wasn't much fun, but I absolutely busted my back up making that. It was way more pieces than what it had to be, but it came in a nice little box, like that big. You think, I've got a giant wardrobe behind me that make hearing that is incredible. Hello, Gazza, nice to see you. Football, the true football, not the American one. Yeah, I like that one. I used to play football for about 4 years competitively. Quite good. I was right defence and goalkeeper. Although my skills as a striker were severely underused because I was never put in front of the goal to actually score any goals. So I was good at blocking people because I'm big, basically. But I was also the fastest member of the team in all teams I played in. Go figure. Anyone still remember Pollock jokes? No, what's that? Is that about fish? Let me know. Greetings. Hello. No questions yet, guys. Falling behind. Hi, Matthew. Thank you for joining. Nice to see you. We've got the Carnivore Team GB live tomorrow, which is very good. Want to bring awareness as well to the event that is happening, I want to say, this weekend, I think. Could be wrong. With Phyllis Scott and Ben Hunt, Richard Smith and Stephen Thomas, they're doing an event up their way up north somewhere. So if you go to their channels, any one of the channels, they talk about it somewhere. And it's basically a war on health or a big fat tribe kind of event, which is all about carnivore, our way of eating, our health. And I recommend checking that one out. I believe they do have a discount code. You'd have to find that in last week's podcast or perhaps the one tomorrow night if you haven't yet seen that one. I'm not affiliated with this production by any means, so I don't get a kickback from saying that, but I would recommend that people do check that one out. What's up? Very good. Thank you for joining. Nicole, feel free to hop on if you want. I'm going to be on here tonight for about 45 to 50 minutes total. I think Wales will scrape it by a narrow margin, 1-0 or 2-1. I don't know much about football anymore. Very good. Time for a bub buff and plenty of rubber duckies, Nicole. Very good. We've got no questions tonight, guys. It seems like last week you've probably burnt yourself out of questions. We got through loads last week. I'd recommend checking that one out if you've not seen it yet. We got for at least 15, pretty good questions. So check that one out. Rick, leave your laptop out of the tub. Haha. Yeah, I've still got that meme of that AI created picture of Rick in a bathtub with a duck or something. Incredible. Not a question, but if anyone hasn't got Gorillaholics Burger Press, get one. They're excellent. You spelled my name wrong again. If you're a Gorillaholics sponsored athlete and had affiliate codes for our slot, my name is on the screen right now, and it has an A in it. Very good. If you can't spell my name, just put J. It's a lot easier. But yeah. Yeah, just say you recommend a Gorillaholics Burger Press. Done. I need to get a good Muscovy duck pick. Yeah, me too. That'd be very nice. Can you imagine one sitting above your fireplace or something? That'd be pretty cool. Right, what's going on in my world? I mean, I'm going to go through my upcoming videos for you guys. I think these will be aired to the public soon. There's a few more on the back burner at the moment. I think there's 2 more videos I'm creating at the moment for you guys. Is this what I've currently got out or coming out? Gonna go through here because you guys are wondering what content I'm putting out soon. I think these are mostly members only at the moment. I could be wrong, but I recommend checking out. So there's an interview with Lee Koppus that I did. I'm going to air that one at some point soon. The ice cream one I might save until a few months down the line. I had to turn comments off of the members only live stream because I get bombarded with questions, and it doesn't really incentivize me to do anything about it because I end up spending 10 hours of my week answering questions every week, which is not fun. Especially when the questions are so personal to people and they could be answered in a very affordable consultation. And what other ones have got? There's a few more here. Yeah, there's me reacting to trolls in this one here, which is pretty funny video. A little bit of swearing, not too bad. I think that's quite tame in it, all things considered. Fitness myth shredded, that'll probably air this week. So Carnivore exposes the truth. Then I've got Lee Koppus' story, which I'll probably air the weekend coming. Then that's it for the meanwhile. Then I think I've got 2 more videos, but I can't show because they're behind the scenes stuff. There we go. Hey Mark, what's good? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I can't train at this time. When I was younger, I used to train with like 4 meals a me at 5. And I'd always train at about 6 o'clock in the evening. Now I can't train that up. I feel like I just get too pumped training. Like I don't know, I can't move my arms, my legs, just like jelly. Now I train in the morning after 1 meal. I've been doing it for quite a while now, and it seems to work quite well, but it's very strange. Do you know about, yeah, you've asked this last week to a different podcast. Do you know how much about heart rate variability and how we can use it this gorge recovery from exercise? It's largely a waste of time unless it's specific to cardiovascular activity. It's virtually useless in a strength training scenario. I skipped gym this weekend. It raised it by 40, close to 50. I wouldn't worry about it. You're looking at small pebbles. Go by how you train in gym and what your body looks like. Ignore random other metrics. They're an absolute waste of time. There's no evidence to support the claim that heart rate variability is an important measure when it comes to building muscle or losing fat at all. I'd worry about other measurements. It's a non-thing. Throw it in the back of mind. Ignore it. Do you eat organ meats? I eat orc skinny twice a week and have just started eating ox heart 3 times a week. It's almost tasty as steak and only £5 a kilo in the shop and 5 miles from me. Bargain. Yeah, I don't really like them anymore. I used to have liver for about 2 months straight, then I stopped having it. I find largely they're impalatable. I don't get used to it. I don't enjoy it. I find the taste kind of off-putting. The texture's probably worse than the taste. But I would eat it if it was there and there's nothing else to eat as like a starter or an entree. Yeah, it's pretty affordable stuff, these sort of things. They are incredibly good for you, but my body doesn't want them, so I'm satiated with what I'm eating right now. But yeah, it's been a few years, and I think 2 or 3 years since I've eaten a substantial amount of organ meat anyway. Very good. Nice one, Nicole. Deadlift day. I can't do a deadlift day, guys. I can't do a deadlift lift. This week I've suddenly noticed lots of supermarket mints has changed its packaging to smaller vacuum packs. More fits in the fridge, but I'm sure the mince behaves differently in the pan. No, it's the same. The moisture content will be the same. The collagen, the meat, the taurine content, the deuterium levels will all be the same. It's probably easier because you can stack more in your fridge or freezer. So if there is a particular deal or bargain or an introduction section of the shop that you're going to, then just stock up and put it all in the freezer. That's what I do. Works really well. But yeah, I've noticed that same thing myself. I think I first noticed it in Sainsbury's, and I thought that's a bit strange. And I think Waitrose copied or something like that. But yeah, I'd still buy it, not a problem. I like eating cow hearts from time to time. The whole thing, they're huge. What your go-to exercise for hamstrings? Well, I can't do many because my back and hips are destroyed. But to answer your question, the ones that I do like for myself are seated leg curls and lying hamstring curls sometimes, but depends if I can get good contraction with my lower body. If I use a lot of weight, which is inevitable when I've got very strong hamstrings, then it doesn't play my hip or back any favours. So I'd have to do very conscious timed tension, lightweight, strong squeeze, solid contraction, that sort of thing for a lot of hamstring exercises. In the past, I did get the best development though from stiff-legged deadlifts with dumbbells. I got really strong with those, and they really developed my hamstrings. That's what I'd like to do, but obviously I can't do it. But I'd say if you can get a shortening exercise and lengthening exercise, so a lying leg curl with either a seated leg curl or a stiff-legged deadlift with dumbbells ideally, then they're your best bet for a complete hamstring workout. I don't really like liver either. Lamb liver is the only one I'll eat. Yeah, I've tried all of them. I mean, they always said like, oh, chicken liver soaked in milk was the best one because it tastes the best. I was like, I tried that and it is barely palatable. I thought, no, it's like maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one error here. You know, I'm a human being. So I tried the lamb liver, and that was even worse. I couldn't deal with it. But everyone says lamb liver is really good, so I don't know. They say the taste is much better. I love stiff-legged deadlifts. Yeah, they're good. They're good fun. Very good fun. Rick, probably because it tasted a bit weird. I mean, you like unripe bananas. Like, you quite enjoy them, so I guess it's probably just your taste buds. Maybe there's bacteria on it that is a certain way that means you kind of crave it or want it more. I don't know. It's interesting though. Like I don't like dark chocolate. I hate it. Makes me feel sick, but people keep buying it for me. Well, I say people keep, but I do once or twice a year get loads of it, and I'm like, I don't eat this. I don't eat any of it. I hate it. Same thing with berries. I do not like berries, and they upset my stomach. So yeah, it's interesting. Duck testicles are very tasty, apparently. I've not had them. Imagine they're very small. Yeah, anyway, I had this weekend actually, I think it was on Saturday, I had a meal out and I had Wagamama's, and I've worked out there's not much I can eat in this place because they're like noodles and rice and stuff like that. So what I did end up having was, it's like a stew, so it's like a beef brisket stew with chili, some oil, a few fermented vegetables, pickles and things, and that was quite nice. It had some butternut squash in it, which I accidentally ate a few bits of. I know for next time. But what's weird is they put these like thick pasta noodle things in there. I'm like, why would you make a dish out of beef and fermented vegetables and put like 5 random little cubes of this thing in? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I think the chili messed me up a little bit. So I'm definitely more sensitive to a lot of these spices and things. But yeah, I mostly like Wagamama's for the broth. It's the best thing about it. The chicken broth they use is really tasty. I could eat so much of it. Liver is good, but I guess I would get sick from it earlier than I would from meat because of nutrient. Yeah, for sure. You're quite limited how much you can eat with that sort of thing. It is frustrating. It's like one of those superfood things that you just eat and you're like, oh, don't eat it again. I know lots of people like that. Wonder if there's a reason outside of culture why we don't often eat liver and things like that. If there's like a thing about it or what the body's doing with it, I don't know. Question. Do you have a view on cerebral stem cell stuff? Once heard lack of stem cells limits gains for older lifters. Okay, 9 kilograms since January and I'm 56, obviously only boost welcome. Yeah, I have used it. I've used it for 3 months straight at the recommended dose of 2 capsules per day. I noticed that my hair on my head grew quicker. You can't really tell, obviously, but I was shaving my hair about 1.5 to 2 times more frequently than I usually would. So my hair did grow quicker, and that tells me that's a non-essential thing. I don't need lots of hair. So I'm probably healthy in terms of my stem cell output already. Obviously, I'm 28. I'm not 56. I'm half your age, so I don't really need these things, or they're probably less useful. So I do caveat my answer with that. I'll say it's a bit hit and miss for a lot of people, but the people that have used it and found a benefit from it, like, swear by it. Like, they won't ever stop taking it. So I think it is pot luck, and I think it, although it does do what it says in the tin, I couldn't say how well it'd work for you as an individual. But congratulations on the 9 kilogram gain. That is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Yeah, sorry, my answer's a bit limited just because I've not had the experience on my side of what I did for 3 months. So a friend gave me some scrap steel, so it looks like I'll be installing my pull-up bar outside. Sob. It works. It's not raining where you are for the most part of the year, so that's all good. Weirdly, I'm not keen on lamb liver as it's too mild compared to beef, but I was brought up with liver being a regular meal. Yeah, a lot of people are. A lot of people in kind of your generation would be, yeah, for sure. My mum was brought up eating it. My nan was definitely brought up eating it. She's 92, 93, so it makes sense. I found my last workout doing reverse curls with an easy bar really effectively targeted my forearms. What are your thoughts on training forearms directly? You've asked me this question before. Or in some kind of state you have, at least you said, do you do it? I don't train them directly because they grow very quickly for me. I'm not saying I've got massive forearms, but I'm saying if I dedicated, say, 2 months to developing them, they would be about an inch bigger easily. I don't have small forearms by any measure, so for me it's not useful to have bigger forearms. I would if you're concerned about it, if you feel insecure about the size of your forearms, I guess. They are the exercise I would be doing just because they're safest on the brachiodorsal or brachiradialis muscle area, and the safest on the shoulder because you're not out here or too close. It's quite neutral. That would be my option of choice for sure, so I can get behind that. Is it expensive? I'm guessing you're talking about Cerule. Yes. I was privy to a very good discount where I basically got 3 for the price of 1 with free shipping and everything. So but if I didn't have that, I'd say it was quite an expensive product to buy. But then again, you might have a lot of benefit from it, so who knows? Who knows? I think it's 45 quid a month. I could be wrong. I've not had liver in weeks, but I eat it raw and frozen. What I usually do is put the liver in the blender, blend up a dense solution, pour into a small ice cube tray, and have a piece weekly. A lot of people do that, actually. Yeah, they sort of do the frozen style of it. Or get like little cubes. If it works, it works. I'm just too lazy to bother doing that. I've got enough. I'm spinning enough wheels right now to sort of worry about putting cubes of things into other things. But yeah, if I was particularly ill or thought I was lacking something, it's something I'd definitely do. It'd be quite high on the priority list. Just because they are supplemental vitamins in a way, but real food. But 56 and 3 months and my hair still grows fast. Yeah, I'm jealous of your hairline. My hairline is, that's about here. It's not too bad, actually, if I do grow it. If I do grow it, it's not too bad. It's just, I have to grow it so long to get to that point. But it is thin at the top around this area, so I'll never have a full, charming head of hair ever again. I'm not naive. But I also don't like having a hairy head nowadays. I don't find it useful. It's annoying. When it rains, it goes in your eyes. And I think this time, yeah, literally this time a year ago, I could get my hair down to my mouth. So it was literally that long, like a strand of it. So yeah, that was weird, but no mind. Yeah, thick locks, Rick. Absolutely. Nicole, you've got quite a lot of hair as well, but I think you've got a bit of an advantage because you're female. If I'm correct. I don't know. And just so you guys know, I think Nicole does actually have a live video. I think I might be wrong if to check on the channel tonight. Just talking about whether or not to track macros on, I believe, a low carb, ketogenic, or carnivore diet. So I'll talk about, I imagine they'll talk about the ins and outs of that. And that's with a lady called Erin. So check out Nicole's channel, which is just Coach Nicole, or try typing in @formerfatgirl. Find it there. Click notify on the live stream, and you'll be alarmed of when it will be airing. You can ask some questions perhaps on that stream. Question from Matthew: have you eaten lamb neck? It's an expensive cut, but absolutely delicious. No, I imagine it is though, because it's quite near to the brain, isn't it? There's going to be a lot of blood flow to it. The muscle group's quite tender, I imagine. I could be wrong. So yeah, it'd be interesting to try. I don't eat much lamb nowadays, which is annoying. Trying to think last time I had lamb. I just find the fat on it quite nauseating. As in, I like the meat on it, like the the leaner meat, but the fat comes with it. I just feel quite. I don't think it's bad for me. It's just for some reason I just don't crave it. Like I don't particularly enjoy it that much. That's just me though. But lamb meat itself, the protein portion, I really enjoy. It's right up there with duck. Must have low testosterone because I have so much hair. No, it's about the conversion of testosterone into DHT. Some people have a high conversion rate and some people have a low conversion rate. And the same thing's true for, exercise performance. People are like, oh, my testosterone is 1,000, therefore I can train really hard. And it's like, well, no, it's just, what does your body do with that 1,000 level of testosterone? Does it convert it much to estrogen? Does it convert much to progesterone, DHT, other hormones? Weird cascades of things that happen downstream, which most people don't have a clue about. So you chase your tail trying to work out how much of what hormone does what. I'd say testosterone, in the grand scheme of things, is probably one of the overhyped things in regards to exercise performance. I think there's much better, much safer things out there, which can all be found out for an affordable consultation. Unless someone wants to send me a massive super chat, in which case I can talk about it all, but that's for another day. It involves a bit of research on my part still to get it right and explain clearly. Thanks, man. And yes, I identify as a female unicorn. One horn on the head. Very good. I love to eat fat from meats. I quite like it rendered, like if it's poured over the meat. I quite enjoy that. But as you guys know, you've been subscribed to me for quite a while now, especially the members. They'll know I've eaten mostly butter as my fat source for the last 4 years. So I've probably eaten more butter than anyone else, probably alive, in the last 4 years. I think at one point I was having about 2 bricks a day, which 2 bricks is just over 4 steaks, basically. But it was a requirement for me to get that fat in. I didn't have any negative or deleterious effects from it. But yeah, I do like my my dairy fat for sure. Gressium duck breasts are divine. I did actually get them on offer about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I cooked them. I absolutely messed it up. It could have been the meat wasn't that good, but it was tough as hell. Like, it was like just chopping and chopping and chopping. I was like, is this going to, I have to get a saw off in a minute. I'm going to go to the shed and get some sort of saw to cut it apart. I had a lot of trouble with that, guys. It wasn't much fun. But I think it was probably my cooking style. Certain cuts of meat I'm not good at cooking. I don't pretend to be, I like simple. I like air fryer, 10 minutes, done. Quack. Unicorn. I've eaten fats cooked and raw. Very good. Yeah, raw fat's probably quite chewy, I imagine. Actually, I know some people will cook up like beef fat, then they'll eat the crunchy bits that come off like without the fat on it, if that makes sense, like it's been rendered off. I can't get my head around that. Obviously enough people do it that it's normal, like it's, people do it, but I'm like, I can't imagine doing that. It's probably just me, but I don't know. Very good. Look at all the unicorns today. Brilliant. If no one's got any more questions, guys, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon, I think. I'll stick around for a few more minutes unless loads come up. But yeah, I'm currently, I think, 9.5 weeks out from my next competition. Assuming I am able to do it. My body feels okay. I'll say okay. Maybe I've regressed a little bit in some instances, but it feels okay for 9.5 weeks out. I need to do a body fat caliper measurement this weekend, maybe Friday, Saturday. I'll update everyone. It's not the most accurate things. It reads me about 7% right now, but I'm not 7% body fat. I'm probably close to 10 to 12% realistically. But I just try to chase that number down. So what it is basically, you would have seen my video now, guys. It's on, I think it's on my playlist somewhere. You'll find it. But it's basically how I measure body fat and how to do it, and all the tools you need to do it, basically. But essentially, you have one of these things. You pull out, say, the fat from your abdomen. Imagine you got your fat here. You pinch it until you just pinch the skin. So you don't squeeze it really hard, like you're shaking, but you just pinch it so the skin touches. Then I'll have a number which appears on here. Then I'll insert that into a website. Watch the video. Don't ask me really questions. Watch the video. I did make a long video before explaining how to do it. I think it's something like measure your body fat at home. You have to find out one. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to go about doing it. And yeah, I do it usually with a 9 or 10 point caliper reading, which is as accurate as you can really do. It gives you a good depiction of what your body fat is like all over your body. And some places you'll store almost like double the thickness of fat than you will in other areas. So my calves are pretty much shredded right now, or near enough there. But then my abdomen, my chest, my glutes aren't yet. So it's just the way it goes. It just takes a bit longer in some body parts. Completely normal. The carotins left after rendering tallow. Raw fat is good. I got pounds of beef suet from my butcher. I cut it all into small cubes and have it raw. I don't fry the bits. Fair enough. I know you did the video on using compass measuring body fat, but is there a specific caliper model you'd recommend? Yeah, watch the video. It does have all the information on there. Watch the video. All the links are in there. The whole description, everything. Everything you need to measure in body fat at home is in that video for sure. What's your thought about using acetyl or carnitine to increase the number of androgen receptors? Waste of time. The one you're after is L-carnitine tartrate, not acetyl or carnitine. If you've seen incredible studies on this, I think it's a waste of time. I think it's an absolute waste of time trying to find this thing out. You'll get more androgen receptor sensitivity from not eating for a day than you will for a month of these supplements, if I'm honest. So I wouldn't even bother looking at it. But if you wanted to find out more about it, it is L-carnitine tartrate. That's the one that you'd be looking at. And the studies are on roughly 3 grams per day. I'm not convinced it's a game changer, if I'm honest, but I wouldn't know. I could do with more androgen receptors, of course, but obviously for whatever I read at that point in time, I think it's 2 to 3 years ago, I wasn't convinced by it, so I haven't revisited it since. But it's up to you each during. You might find some use from it. So, do you use pre-workout supplements? If so, what? I use pump pre-workout products. And they always, you need to watch my videos, guys. I've made all these videos. There's one called like 4 or 5 performance boosting supplements. Watch that video. That'll give you much more information, but I will say that the ones I do like to take are citrulline, taurine, creatine, and I think there was another one. They're the first 3 that come to my mind, but they're the ones I do recommend and do have a video on. That's the best video you'll find probably on carnivore style pre-workout supplements. I do very, 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 very occasionally use a caffeinated one, but not often. It's only if I'm like, well, I have to train to devils and go stir crazy. But if I don't feel that way, like if I feel a bit tired, I'll either take an extra rest day or something like that. I'm trying to force it. I drink decaf coffee, so I try to avoid caffeine. It tends to get semi-racing a little bit. I have quite a good tolerance to caffeine. Like I can have 1 cup or 3 cups. It feels about the same to me, but again, it's not going to be helpful for sleep. And if I can't sleep well, I'm not going to recover well. So that's my take on pre-workout supplements. There's a few ingredients that absolutely are useful. So taurine, creatine, citrulline. The rest of them are quite secondary, but they're the ones I would use. Is there a reason why females are less likely to eat the carnivore diet than males? I mean, men are seen as being more hardcore for eating meat. Like if you think, oh, this guy's got a load of money, he's gonna buy an expensive steak. You always think of a bloke in a bar or a cafe eating it. You never imagine like a tiny little frail 5 foot woman who's like 140 pounds eating, or 100 pounds eating a 28-ounce tomahawk steak. I think there's definitely a cultural thing about it. Women are typically seen to be eating more salads and things than meat. At least that's what the cultural expectation is. Over here, I don't think that's particularly true. I think over here, though, it is more normal for a woman to be seen eating a dessert or a cake or a sandwich than it is for her to be seen eating a salad. That's just my experience, though. Yeah, Keto Performance Pre-Workout by Keto Pro is good. That's the one I do use sometimes as well. And it has exactly those 3 ingredients in it, which is really good. I would only say that the taurine content of it is slightly high for me, but the way I kind of get around that is I add my own extra citrulline to half a scoop, basically. So I kind of get a different effect, but that product is good. It's clean and it works. It does work. Other benefits using malic acid, I've seen citrulline malate and magnesium malate supplements. I'm unsure of the difference between magnesium glycinate, magnesium glycinate. Okay, they're the same thing. Magnesium bisglycinate is a supplement. There isn't a magnesium glycinate out there. It's always bisglycinate. I know because I've looked for it and I can't find a single product with only magnesium glycinate in it. It's always magnesium bisglycinate, meaning 2 glycine molecules. Citrulline malate, I think largely speaking, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously it's something like 2-to-1 ratio. So, for example, 6 grams of citrulline malate, I believe, is something like 4 grams citrulline and 2 grams of malate. The studies have been done mostly on citrulline on its own. Malate, related to malic acid, is useful for, I believe, the Krebs cycle, which means you can probably get a bit more performance outcome or energy output from what you're taking in. I'm not convinced that you need to add loads extra. I think them on their own are good, i.e. citrulline as its own L-citrulline powder. Magnesium malate, I'd probably take, it depends. The ones I would be using is magnesium bisglycinate if it's before bed. Or if I was using it during the day, it'd be magnesium citrate based on absorbability and the effects on sleep. And citrate will, how to put it, it will digest quite quickly. So if you want a benefit for anxiety, for example, magnesium has been useful for that, and I'd use magnesium citrate. If you're concerned about sleep, it'd be magnesium bisglycinate. My pre is dihydrogen oxide and sea salt. I usually aim for 2 grams of sodium in 1 litre of water concentration, which is about twice the sodium levels typical found in sweat. Yeah, cool. I think we're done for questions, guys. Magnesium malate. Oh, okay. Well, personally, I wouldn't take a malate supplement which is linked to energy production. If you're using magnesium, which is usually a product to calm yourself down, that's my thought on it. I mean, you could do it, but we're talking about like percentages here. I would personally use either magnesium citrate or magnesium bisglycinate. I was thinking that women are more the gathering type for sure, all the way back to Adam and Eve. Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't live back then, so I didn't really see what was going on. I know people eat a lot of meat back then. I know that. Magnesium citrate, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had that experience the first time I used it. But one of the problems with what you see reading online, so you can all find this out for yourself quite easily. So you type in like magnesium citrate, like, oh, what this bodybuilder eats in a day. Let's say magnesium, I take 3 grams a day of magnesium. I'm like, are you sure? Because that's a lot of magnesium. Was that magnesium citrate or is it magnesium on its own? Because that will affect the dose of it quite substantially by what molecule is attached to it. So that always makes me wonder a bit. And I know Ben Pakulski was the worst for it back in the day. So he's like, this is my post-workout and, pre-bed supplement stack. And he's like, oh, I take 2 grams of magnesium with 3 grams of this and 1 gram. It's like, oh my God. Then you think, yeah, but what was in it? Was it magnesium this, magnesium that? Because you won't just find magnesium on its own. That's a lump of metal, guys. it's going to be attached to something else. So I wish people were more transparent, or at least forthcoming with the information when it comes to these kind of products, because if someone takes the wrong dose relative to the body weight, that could be really detrimental in my opinion. There you have it. I'm going to wrap up there, guys. I'm going to eat some food tonight and try and catch up with my nutrition status. Thank you for joining tonight. It is session number 75. We'll be doing Carnivore Team GB tomorrow, which will be on my channel, Phil Escott's channel, and I believe Lee Coppers's channel. We'll be streaming from there as well if you want to check that one out. Otherwise, I'll see you next week, and enjoy the rest of your time. Cheers.